Hello everyone, my name is Kelson. You probably know me as Kelson the Kid on this channel. And welcome to the first ever episode of the Soda Can Podcast, a show where I invite my friends to sit on this couch beside me and they will answer questions about themselves that I, or possibly you the viewers, ask. Today we have a very special guest, everyone. My good friend that's been on this channel almost as long as me and Ben have. Please give a warm welcome to my good friend, Mr. Iceflare. I just realized I don't have a list of the questions.
Oh.
And we're back, and we actually have the questions this time.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so why don't we start off with a pretty simple one. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Iceflare, that you're comfortable with sharing with the world?
Well, I'm a high schooler. I'm not going to say which grade. I don't know. I consider myself a pretty normal person. I like to read. I play the trumpet. I play a lot of video games. I have a family, which I know that's kind of crazy, but
that's insane.
I do have a family, which is kind of epic.
That's crazy.
And yeah, nothing much to me.
All right.
I enjoy editing videos. I like coding. Math is fun.
Yeah, I see. Well, very nice. What role did you play in sitcom adventures, and which was your favorite?
Well, okay, so the three roles that I played were obviously Carl and Steve Man. You can see the two masks right there. And then, based off of this, I also played Jeffrey from Four Guys in a Chair. And I'm going to have to say that my favorite was Carl. Although I didn't get to play a lot of him, I really liked his character and his character development. And I liked, I just liked his character. I liked that he was really egotistical. That was really fun for me to portray. And I know Carl was like that too, but Carl just had a smaller role. So I know, he didn't evolve as much. But Steve Man, the way he evolved and his scenes that he was in and the power added a really cool twist. And also I would say I played a pretty big role in developing his character and or at least creating his character with the whole Enderman backstory. So I feel kind of a personal connection to him too.
Yeah, for those who are probably very confused right now, I sent out a community post saying that we are unfortunately no longer going to be able to release the episodes of Sitcom Adventures that we've usually done. So he just gave a bunch of lore right there.
Oh yeah, I did kind of just drop
and
that. That was my fault.
No, it's completely fun. The whole purpose of the show is to entertain, and I also want to explain the stories as it goes on. So to give a little bit of an explanation, what he means by that whole Enderman thing is there's going to be this villain called the Enderman, who was the one that made the Enderman that gave Steve Man his powers, and there was going to be this whole thing where he's trying to get his powers back from Steve Man, and that's why Steve Man can't control his teleportation, is because it's not his power. Mm-hmm. So yeah, pretty cool thing right there, if I do say so myself.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. And about Carl, I will say Carl was going to play a pretty big role in season 3.
That's fair. But we didn't really get that far.
No, we did not. We only got through season 1 of Kelson the Kid and Ben the Boy, which is a bit unfortunate. And season 1 was just a breadcrumb of lore compared to the whole show.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I loved playing Carl too. He was really fun. And I kind of liked his role as the older, more experienced guy, I guess. But I think overall I just preferred Steve Man.
Yeah. If be sure to comment down below if you want me to do a video explaining the lore of the shows now that
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on. What was your favorite memory of being on the set of Sitcom Adventures?
Oh. Okay. So there was this one episode that I remember vividly. It wasn't released. It was one of the episodes of sitcom Stupidly Superpowered. Sorry, I don't remember exactly which episode. You would probably know once I start describing it because you know them better than I do.
Well, that's because I wrote them.
So Kelson, it was me, Campbell, Billy, and Kelson were on the set, and we were recording an episode with you guys don't know him, but the villain Mini Bold, who was gonna be a villain.
This is episode 4.
Episode 4, all right. So yeah, he's one of the villains, but Kelson's outfit for Mini Bolt was this really, really, really small and really tight, spandex thing.
I hadn't worn that skeleton suit in years, and I hadn't gotten that small.
And it was so funny watching him struggle, and he was Come on, guys, we gotta hurry this up. I'm trying to get out of this suit. So me, Campbell, and Billy all just silently agreed to make it take as long as possible. Also,
Yeah.
on that same set, Campbell accidentally threw my phone in the mud while he was recording with us.
Yeah, for those who are also kind of confused as to who Campbell is, he was someone that was going to be...
he's never been in an episode.
He never got to be in an episode.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That's crazy.
Because we can't. He was gonna be this really important character and stupidly superpowered, as well as the season 2 main antagonist of Kelson the Kid and Ben the Boy. Oh man, he's probably mad at me.
That's crazy. I didn't even realize that he wasn't in a single published episode. We recorded a few episodes.
We
with him,
did,
but they haven't
we
been
did.
uploaded. Yo, what if we uploaded all the episodes?
Yeah, let me know if. Also, let us know, because episode 2 of Stupidly Superpowered was finished, but we didn't release it because we wanted the full season to be done. But let us know if you want us to upload that, even though the rest of the season won't come out, unfortunately. But just let us know. I'll put out a poll later.
Yeah.
All right. I think with that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break.
Ooh.
So yeah, enjoy this commercial, and we'll be right back with you guys.
Hey guys, I'm Carl the Plant, and I have a business offer. Have you ever been in need of a yacht to, impress some friends, going out with some rich friends, or, that special girl? Well, you are in luck, because I here am renting out my specialty yacht for the low price of $1 million a second of being on the yacht. I think you should take up this offer. Me personally, being a businessman, I would buy this offer. So, I hope you guys take up the offer, and I'll see you in the next one.
All right, and we are back, and I think now is the time where we're gonna start getting into these sodas, which Mr. Iceflare has picked for us since they are his favorite soda.
I did indeed pick these.
Coca-Cola Zero.
Coke Zero, the GOAT of sodas.
Kelson the
Hot
Kid.
take, maybe a bit of a little hot take, but it is the GOAT of sodas in my opinion.
I don't know, Kelson the Kid. You might think that needs a little more sugar in there, but I digress. All right, let's pop it. Let's pop these open.
Ooh, they're cold.
They are cold. They've been in the fridge for the past few hours.
So good. Oh my gosh, it's perfect.
All right. Well,
Really the GOAT of sodas.
I'm glad you enjoy it. I personally think it needs more sugar, but that's just me.
Well, it is mega awkward to drink these with a towel on your head.
I bet it is. All right, and wow, this is really convenient. The next question is, why is Coke Zero your favorite soda?
Well, okay. So a lot of people may be out there like, oh, he only likes Coke Zero because it's healthier, which there's two things wrong with that. One, it's not even really healthier, even though it has zero sugar. It has a lot of chemicals. So do not think that Coke Zero is healthier, because it's probably not. And two, I just like the taste. I don't know. Something about it, something about Coke Zero just tastes better than regular Coke to me. I don't know what it is.
I can see that. A lot of people tell me that they can't tell the difference between Coke and Coke Zero. I don't know about you, but I can definitely taste the difference.
I can tell the difference between Coke, Coke Zero, and Diet Coke. Some people can't, but I can.
I don't think I've ever had Diet Coke. So I wouldn't know.
Oh, also a little bit of a little hashtag life hack here. If you're ever trying to get a drink and they don't have Coke Zero and you want a Coke Zero, I learned this the good way, the hard way. Diet Pepsi tastes exactly like Coke Zero.
Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm not a Pepsi fan, but certain situations call for desperate measures.
I can understand that.
Like when they're out of Coke Zero, but for some reason they have Diet Pepsi.
That is pretty stupid. I am going to be honest.
It has happened before though, and the strategy has come in clutch.
All right. Well, our final question for this one part of this whole interview, if you want to see the rest of the interview, be sure to come back next week, where we will be uploading part 2 of this interview with Mr. Iceflare. All right. What, video, episode, movie of our shows, or just a show in general, that we didn't end up filming that you were looking the most forward to?
Oh. I'm going to go more broad with this one. Probably just, the rest of Stupidly Superpowered.
Yeah.
The episodes that we did record, which we only recorded, a few episodes of season 1, those were some of my favorite moments of this channel, and I like the story a lot. Kelson did a great job writing that.
Thank you.
And I was really excited to play Steve Man. And also, I did a lot of the editing in that series.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, so I was actually kind of looking forward to that too, but unfortunately, we did not have those good times. But I understand why. But yeah,
it's no one's fault, really.
it's no one's fault. There's no one to blame.
No
but
one
yeah,
to
I
blame
was
but
just-
economics. Okay.
I loved filming those episodes. Those are some of my favorite moments.
Yeah, and when he says he did most of the editing, that's a bit of a lie. He did all of the editing. He did all of it, and
Okay,
he did really good.
Listen, I'm not the greatest editor. We haven't released episode 2 yet, but there's a good bit of editing. In that
There
one.
were some things that he kind of hated me for.
Yeah, I wasn't the greatest of editing at the time, but like you can tell in episode 2, I'm not the best at editing. But doing those episodes has greatly improved my editing skills, and I'm really thankful for that. Like from episode 2, which was like when I started taking editing seriously, to now, it's gotten crazy, as you could tell by looking at episode 2. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll definitely upload that if the people want us to.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that Stupidly Superpowered did hold a special place in my heart because while Kelson the Kid and Ben the Boy was the first show I fully wrote, Stupidly Superpowered was just gonna hit on a whole other level.
Mm-hmm.
Because while I feel like Kelson the Kid and Ben the Boy took a more serious route with the story, Stupidly Superpowered was gonna take a more like action-packed storyline.
Mm-hmm.
While Kelson the Kid and Ben the Boy was a bunch of witty dialogue and funny scenes.
Yeah.
So I do understand. Also, Jackson Cardinal is probably one of my favorite characters.
Oh, he is pretty epic.
It is I, Jackson Cardinal. Oh, I remember making that voice on the. You remember that way?
Oh yeah, I remember
made
coming up
that.
with the name. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nobody really catches on to this, but we were filming the first episode of Stupidly Superpowered at my house in my basement. That's where the first episode is filmed.
Yeah.
And we were trying to come up with the antagonist because we were coming up with the story on the spot. That was not a pre-written.
That was just boom. We got this.
We came up with the story on the spot. We did not pre-write it. And Kelson, we were trying to figure out a villain, right?
Yeah.
And I was thinking, Kelson had brought a pirate mask with like the skull, the Jackson Cardinal mask.
Yeah.
And I was thinking of some like pirate villainy name. And I was thinking, nobody really makes this connection. But at the time, I was thinking Jack Sparrow. And then I did a parody of that. Jackson, obviously. And then Sparrow's a type of bird. Cardinal's also a type of bird. So Jack Sparrow, Jackson Cardinal. That's where that name came from, if you thought it was random.
And then I just made the voice on the spot.
If you want to see the first shot that Jackson Cardinal is in episode 1, he does a completely different voice than the rest of Jackson Cardinal. He does like a low voice.
Yeah, I was like,
And then it just changes. It's funny.
It is. It's because we filmed that, and then we actually started thinking of stuff.
Yeah, that was the first scene we filmed.
I remember you came up with Steve Mann's power,
Mm-hmm.
and I came up with Jackson Cardinal's power.
Mm-hmm.
But we both ended up giving each other's characters the name.
Yeah, we did do that actually.
I named Steve Mann, but he also named Jackson Cardinal. So that was a pretty fun day of filming.
Yeah, that was fun.
It was. All right, well, I think this is where we're going to end the first part of this interview with Mr. Iceflare. I hope you guys have enjoyed this, as well as our commercial. Be sure to come back next week, where we will continue this interview with Iceflare and ask him more about his history with YouTube on his Iceflare channel.
Yes, sir.
Until next time, guys, have a good day or a good night whenever you're seeing this. Kelson signing off.
Iceflare signing off.
See you guys.